Alright, as the title suggests, we have a problem with reputation. Reputation, as it is in Grim Dawn right now, there are good factions like Coven, Homestead, Devil's Crossing, or not Devil's Crossing, but Black Legion, Malmeth. Those all proceed relatively smoothly. You can get honored pretty easily in normal, and then go straight into ultimate and not have an issue hitting revered. Same thing with your chosen cult. But Devil's Crossing, Rovers, and Barrelholm specifically are three factions that you will not get close to honored in normal. And because of that, you will not get close to revered by the time you finish even killing the lokkar in ultimate. Um, Even if you go across and do every small little side quest, you don't get close. And that's the biggest problem right now is they changed the game to make it be more go into normal and then go straight to elite. You don't need to do veteran to get level, like you're level 100 before you finish the game anyway, before you finish all your quests in the end. So there's no reason to even do veteran, and veteran doesn't give more reputation, it only gives more experience and makes the playthrough last longer, which means you actually get less reputation over the time you're playing. And that's part of the problem. You have to go into elite, which puts you it gives you way more shrines, way more things, but going into elite for 1 hour allows you to finish Act 1, Act 2, and the first half of Act 7. That gets you honored with 2 side cults, Devil's Crossing, and Rovers, which will get you almost to revered with Devil's Crossing by the end, and almost to revered with Rovers by the end, and it should get you pretty much to revered with all 3 cults by the end. Barrelholm remains the final one. That's the problem. And the biggest issue with Barrelholm is you get it so late, and it scales off of Chthonians, and there's no big Chthonian stuff after you get Barrelholm, other than the little passageway to Malmeth. So that's part of the problem with Barrelholm. Barrelholm can't really be helped. Like, you can increase the rep some of the quests give, especially the quest that gives you negative rep with Coven. I think that rep should be increased. But overall, there are a lot of quests in Act 2 and start of Act 3 that do not give any rep, or give very small amounts of rep, and I believe that should be changed. If by the time you finish normal, you should be honored with all your factions. That should be the baseline of the reputation. You should be honored by the time you leave normal, going into ultimate, if you've done almost all the quests. If you haven't, then a little bit of farming, or a little bit of things to like bump you up, maybe 1 or 2 extra like bounties, or 3 or 4 totems. That should be enough to bump you up to get you to honored for every faction when you go into ultimate. And because they made the design to not use elite in a fresh start kind of playthrough, that's how I believe the game should be rebalanced. And if it's not rebalanced, then you have to go into elite. If you don't go into elite, your Devil's Crossing, Rovers, and the other 2 cults are going to be so far behind that you're going to be kind of fucked, essentially. Anyways, been discussing it on the forums. If you go to the forums and agree, you can find my post there somewhere. Talk to you next time.